Greetings to wherever you're watching from. From my location in Nigeria is about 7:47, about 30 minutes to 8 in the morning. And I would want us to share ideas, like I want us to discuss based on matters that has to do with life. Matters that has to do with life and reality. So, if you are actually watching me on the live, you can give me your attention and make your contributions. Then if you are watching as a replay, maybe after the live, you can still go through the live and drop your comments. Excuse me. Drop your comments regarding what we shared so far. Okay. So we're going to deal with a strategic topic. Well, like I said, we're going to discuss about life and its intricacies. We're going to discuss life and what it encompasses. Right here in Nigeria, I know some persons might still be sleeping and some are already getting, and some are getting ready for work. Okay. While in some countries, some are still on bed, but I have to make use of this time to come up with this particular idea to share with you guys. Okay. So, like I said, we're going to deal on a strategic topic that has to do with virtually everybody. So there's no discrimination either by race or by gender. So it touches almost everybody. So let's discuss relationship. Let's discuss relationship. You know, few persons would say that their relationship is the best, and the others would say theirs is crashing. And now, when we are to juxtapose between the both, you see that what makes this particular relationship work might not really be what makes the other work. Reasons being that first, the persons who are involved have the different ways of attending to matters. They have different ways of approach when they attend to matters. Secondly, some persons allow their temperament to overwield their mind. And in cases like maybe where you find women who, when they get angry, they can easily forget that they once had a caring attitude towards this particular person. Now, when they get angry, they go to the extent of destroying things in the house, or they get to the extent of trying to endanger the partner, endangering the partner in a way of maybe looking for a weapon to maybe harm or hurt the person, which might be different. Like I told you, that we are looking at factors that makes things work in a relationship, but then these factors differs because of the different kind of people we have. So this set of people now, this particular one, we're looking at the lady that has a temperamental challenge. Then we first mentioned way of approach. Understand how you approach matters in a relationship matters most. You see, people tend to allow feelings to overcome reality. People tend to allow feelings to overcome reality, whereby something you can handle with common sense and maturity. You find yourself being sentimental about it. Something that you can easily take care of, like use your sense to work on. You end up using your feelings to work on it. And as a matter of fact, it has jeopardized the prospect of so many relationships in life, I may say. Because not everyone is willing and ready to accept most of the things we do. Now, we're discussing relationship, and we're looking at how factors that makes this relationship thing work. And we saw it that the way the people who are into this relationship stuff handles it, like their way of approach matters most. Way of approach matters most. Then your temperamental challenge, like we said, most persons allow their temperament to overwield their mind, thereby acting out of feelings. Okay. Now, in a situation whereby Please, you're watching me if you're on my live stream, like right now. I would want to know if the picture is clear. I would like to know if the picture is clear. You can just drop me a yes if the picture is clear, so I can continue. So, if on the basis of you finding out that your partner is this type, if you find out that your partner, what are the best ways to now, excuse me, like how do you control it? How do you take care of the matter? How do you follow it up? For people who end up in a relationship that you begin to see what you weren't seeing before. Like you begin to experience what you were not experiencing before. Either from the man or from the woman's side. This one is two-sided. So it's not just for the men, and it's not just for the women. It's a dual channel concern. A situation whereby you find out that your partner, a situation where you find out that your partner finds it hard to control his or her anger. How you follow it determines if the relationship will last. Okay, now when people begin to compare themselves, like you call your guy and your guy says, my relationship is going like this, begin to compare yours to his, forgetting the fact that how the partner reacts to matters might not be how your own partner reacts to matters, and how you respond to matters might not be how he responds to matters too. So the most important thing in a relationship is how you approach matters, how you react to matters. The key point is how you move into anything that comes up. Like, do you allow it to eat you up first before? Do you rush into it without calculations? Do you begin to look for harmful ways? That is where we bring up things that could make you be able, things that can help you to give a good approach when matters of such comes up. Patience. One must be patient enough. One must be patient enough to know one must be patient enough to understand signs. One must be patient enough to see and understand signs and react to signs. You don't just jump into things. Okay? You don't just jump. Excuse me. when any issue comes up, you must be patient enough to massage it first. Like you must have to dissect it in your mind. If you're able to follow this step, first of all, you will reduce the number of issues you have with your spouse, with your partner. It will reduce the harmful ways you engage with your partner. Just give it, like, if anything comes up, stress your mind. Do not limit yourself. Stress your mind. Give it time. Be patient enough to listen to yourself. Give it calculation. Like, make sure you calculate very well before you react. Now, in this process of calculating, you will find out that what you were thinking or you are thinking might not actually be the case at hand. So, patience is number one thing you must put in your mind. Like, it must be in your mind. It helps in relationship. Patience, like, always have time to think about things before making conclusions to that. It has helped so many, just as it has helped me. Ordinarily, in a relationship where you do not give yourself time to think before reacting, let it not surprise you that you might end up losing that relationship because you were too fast. You were too fast in thinking. You were too fast in reacting. You didn't give yourself time to calculate. Because, for instance, let's take for instance, your wife or your partner went out to get something or to buy something and she wasted time. You expected her to come back in 30 minutes time and she came back in 45 minutes to 1 hour time. On the normal ground, this shouldn't have caused an issue. Should have been an issue, but as an overthinker, you have calculated so many things that must have happened. And instead of taking time, of course you ask her, and she'll say, nothing. It was just a normal movement. And like I said, this one is on a double concentrated matter. You see that you ask her, ask him. So whoever, if you're a woman listening to me, your partner is man. If you're a man listening to me, your partner is woman. So he or she went out to get something, comes back late, and you ask, why did you, or what took your time? She just, I think there was a little delay in my time. I'm sorry, I couldn't come back late. I couldn't come back early. I came back late. So ordinarily it shouldn't have been an issue, but because of how you approach matters, you might not even listen, like you might not even take enough time to go into details. You end up slapping him or her. If you're a woman, slap her. If you're a man, slap him. So you end up slapping him, or you end up slapping her. Now you see that you bridged that factor called patience. If you were patient enough without maybe ending up quarreling or slapping or accusing her, you might find out that maybe where she went to buy this stuff, there were too many persons there to attend to for her. Maybe while she was coming back, an incident occurred on the way, and as a human being, you might like to spend a little time to know what actually happened. You are spending almost 3 to 5 minutes already. Or maybe while she was coming back, a friend decided to say hi, and they greeted, and still continued the movement. So if you took time, or if you gave it time, you understand that patience will help you to go into details before concluding. But if you're not patient enough, you might end up abusing and accusing wrongly on your partner. So patience is very vital when you're dealing with matters in a relationship. Remember, we're talking about relationship, and we talked about factors that necessitates the progress of a relationship. Okay, we've drawn a reference where you send someone out and doesn't come back late, and we realize that patience can actually make you achieve that particular thing, like that particular information about how it happened, before ending up to abuse or accuse your partner wrongly. Another factor is tolerance. In a relationship where you cannot tolerate, just be ready to quit in that relationship. In a relationship, you must tolerate. It's a vital key in a relationship. In a relationship, you must be able to accept the wrongs of the other. That is, if you must excel in that relationship, you must be able to tolerate whether it's coming from your side or it is coming from the other person's side. You must be able to accept the other person's wrongs. You must be able to let go. So, tolerance, accepting the wrong and the right, is very important in a relationship. I don't know if the network is clear from where you're watching from. I'm trying to check if the network is clear from. Network is clear. Okay, I think it is better. I think the network is better now. So let's hit it. Now we are discussing relationship and most of the things that makes it work. And we saw that the things that works for you might not be the thing that works for me. Yes. The thing that works for you might not be the same thing that works for me. And there are still other factors that can necessitate the progress or prospect of relationship. So I've mentioned patience. I mentioned patience as one of the key factors in maintaining a relationship. Secondly, we mentioned tolerance. Must be able to tolerate the dislikes of the other person. Must be able to tolerate, must be able to accept the behavior, to tolerate. It works down well with relationship. Tolerance is very, very important. You must be able to endure from the other person. You must be able to accept the wrongs of the other. So that is where tolerance comes in. The second factor, which is tolerance, does not discriminate.